Increasing Parent Involvement in Schools by Melissa Irving, Cynthia Novoa, and Susie Niemer. Our research found that higher income schools have more parent involvement than low income schools or communities. This leads to fewer academic benefits for low income children, and in turn, they are at a higher risk for obtaining lower academic achievement. Ultimately, these students fall farther behind than their counterparts in higher income schools. Socioeconomic status, or SES, must be taken into consideration when developing opportunities for involvement for underrepresented groups. Research tells us that schools are becoming more diverse. ELL risk factors affect student achievement more so than ever. Parent involvement is defined as an integration of school and home life. There are two types of parent involvement: reactive and proactive. Reactive parent involvement includes things such as parent meetings, parent-teacher conferences, family events, and volunteering at school functions. Proactive parent involvement includes things such as helping with homework, being informed about school events, and following student progress. We'll be looking at both these types of involvement in our presentation. There are many barriers that keep parents from getting involved. For instance, single-parent ELL families may have to hold down more than one job in order to meet the needs of their family. And schools typically focus on middle-class parents more so than working parents. For example, they might schedule meetings for 5 p.m. since that's the average work time end for middle-class parents. There are linguistic and cultural differences and staff stereotypes about ELL families, language barriers. There may be a lack of education. There's lack of time. There may be confusion of the educational process. They may be unfamiliar with the American school system and might distrust it. Families have different views of education. Maybe the parents are not comfortable with the academic vocabulary being used during communication. Some cultures see communication with teachers as disrespectful, and parents must communicate with teachers to increase parent involvement and student success. Communication has verbal and nonverbal forms that can be interpreted differently by different individuals. Parent participation can be increased in families of English language learners by showing respect for cultural and linguistic differences. According to Kevin, Joyce, and Bertina, when parents encounter a school community that addresses the needs of their children using teaching practices that take into account cultural and linguistic differences, they will in turn feel respected, appreciated, and cared for. Once this is accomplished, immigrant parents will make the effort to become vital members of the school community. To see more, click on the YouTube link below. Schools can increase parent involvement by making sure that all communication is bilingual or in the home language of the family. That includes providing translators during conferences and meetings, and also translating any documents that are sent home. Technology can also increase communication with families. By using technology, we can send out emails, texts, and make it more accessible than if the family had to come in and talk to the teacher or the school. Another way to increase family involvement is to host a parent university. 3 times a year seems to be a good amount. Each time parents attend a session, there will be resources to put in a binder. You could arrange a tour of the school and provide general information about school policies to better inform parents of the culture of the school. Parent University Nights will utilize technology to show parents how to access class websites that contain relevant information, teach parents how to access student grades and attendance through online formats, and show parents where information will be posted for viewing. If you add a family liaison or family services coordinator to your campus, this can provide a go-between between the schools and families. These coordinators can offer community services, help set up counseling or translation services, and to just support whatever's happening in the parent university. Providing ongoing professional development for staff around increasing parent involvement will really help your school. If you have staff attend cultural sensitivity trainings to identify the specific life circumstances of the population being served, this will increase school-wide understanding of the cultural norms exhibited and the challenges related to income level of the families. Scheduling meetings for parents and students can sometimes be pretty tricky, so one idea to increase parent involvement is Saturday school workshops. These workshops can offer many things like literacy, parenting strategies, citizenship help, mental health and what to look for, self-esteem issues, and tutoring for students. Another way to increase parent involvement is to have students lead the parent-teacher conference. When the student is part of the conference, they have more ownership of the process and therefore will make higher demands for the parent to attend. Students are encouraged to share work with their families at the conference. Students make a goal for themselves and share with their parents. By making this a presentation by the student, parents will be more interested in attending. Cultural events help celebrate the diversity of our students on campus and families, and often that comes with support from our PTAs. If you invite ELL parents to gather and communicate and support each other, you can really help unify the campus. We looked at some really great ideas to help increase parent involvement on school campuses. But another important aspect is the perception of the invitation. How are we inviting our families to participate at our schools? And also, what happens after they participate? Is there some kind of positive reinforcement to help them come back again and want to come back and participate more? So, as far as the perception of the invitation, parents are sensitive to the form and manner in which an invitation to become involved is made. Schools need to be aware of the cultural norms of the message that is sent to parents. As far as positive reinforcement, we need to provide reinforcement for effort and successful outcomes on the part of the parent. So, what are the next steps forward in improving parent participation at our school? In education, stakeholders have a personal and professional investment in our school. Stakeholders can include, but are not limited to, administration, teachers, staff members, students, parents, and families, community members, advocacy groups, and local businesses. The following 2 slides will reflect on the cost for stakeholders' investment for our proposal. Administration. In the spring prior to the next school year, provide numbers from the school budget and the money awarded by the district and Title I through the LCF funds for the next school year, and make this available for all other stakeholders. Families' responsibility would be in the teacher committee will present a proposal at a PTA meeting and request funds from the PTA budget to help fund, develop, prepare, and participate in family events on campus. This will keep costs down and give PTA and parents shared responsibility and the feeling that they are all contributing to the school culture. In the spring and summer prior to new school year, the teachers will use distributive leadership strategies for a parent participation committee and seek a local grant writer or a team of grant writers to volunteer to write proposals in order to fund planning and implementation for the Saturday school program costs. And this grant can come from the community or a local university. Local businesses could include vendors and businesses that could come to family night events and other school events that could have a tax write-off and be able to promote their business at the same time. Examples are monetary donations, DJ services, clothing giveaways, and food discounts, or free catering. Reach out to local museums for free programs, Target for Target grants, and DonorsChoose.org. Advocacy groups and volunteer interns can promote their program and strategies by preparing free team and family building exercises during family events on campus.